whatever
I think we should talk about online bullying.
Oh, online bullying. Who the bully?
I think we should endorse.
You know, wait. We're live. Before you say stuff you might regret. I just want to let you know we was live. Go ahead, say what you. Wait.
I stand behind everything I say.
Okay. Well, okay.
Which
so
is, y'all get out and vote, and I think we know who the right candidate is.
Hi, y'all, come on in, like and share, like and share. We are here. We are here. Please go ahead and share this with a friend. I just added Facebook, so we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. I have a very special guest. My attorney is in the building. Okay, we ain't got no light though. We need some light. Oh, I'm in the attorney's building. Okay, but this building right here in this internet world is my building. So you're in my building right now, but I'm in your building in my building. Okay, trying to be slick. Anyway, yes, Mr. Michael Miller is in the building. So go ahead. I'm gonna give y'all time to get in here. We got a lot to talk about after my very brief introduction.
Get ready, because you about to be an ATLien.
That's her being a blogger.
More than a blogger.
That's her being a blogger.
You are more than I am more than
That's her being a blogger.
all the is my son.
Okay, this shit is
I am more than a blogger.
If the blog got it, if the blog got it, if the blog got it, the Shereé.
Yeah.
If the blog got it, if the blog got it, if the blog got it, the Shereé.
Yeah.
Say Autumn, this her son.
Yes.
Autumn,
It's her son. Yes.
say Autumn,
It's her son. Yes.
say Autumn, this her son.
Like for real.
If the blog got it, the Shereé.
Your body.
AI as in any.
I like chat. Isn't Chat GPT AI? Because I like the fact that you can you can tell the computer to write a story and it'll write it. However,
You as a content creator and a journalist, and the fact that you are
Michael just asked me about AI in the middle of he don't care about my little thing. But go ahead.
No, I mean, so you are veiled in the cloth of journalism with regard to your First Amendment rights. So you are afforded additional protections. Do you feel like it would be fair to protect people if they are using AI to create content? And I guess that's a question for the viewers. Like, how do y'all feel about AI?
They don't know what will.
How did they know this is you? This could be an AI version of you.
They know this me. Now, listen, Michael. This could be an AI version of my attorney. I could just be sitting here with a hologram right now.
I don't know that a hologram could do all this.
Anyway, let me introduce Mr. Michael Miller, my esteemed attorney. Michael, would you like to introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about you and how you met me and how you got involved in all of my mess?
Hey, friends. So, speak up and project my voice. I never had a problem with that in courtroom. So Michelle and I met through a friend of mine that used to, I won't say that we practiced together, but we shared space together and we shared some cases occasionally. Phaedra Parks. And Phaedra, at the time, I think had just gotten on The Real Housewives. And she was helping Michelle with a lawsuit that was instigated by Sheree Whitfield who at the time was a cast member. I don't know if is she a cast member now?
She's not a cast member anymore.
Does she hold a peach or a pear? Or?
Not anymore. No.
Okay. Anyway, she at the time was a cast member, and she had filed a lawsuit against Michelle, as well as 2 other bloggers that were represented by 2 other attorneys. And I sort of got involved at the very end of things, or baptized by fire, because I was asked if I could show up and show out, and I did. And that particular case,
and I am so grateful.
That was a criminal trespass case. If you all recall the video of Michelle and another blogger, former friend,
Junkie Dineva. Okay, go ahead.
Who were walking around on the edge of Sheree's lot with a parasol and a
We was at the bus stop.
Because I'm always seeing Michelle at a bus stop. That's her MO. Like,
we was at the bus stop. We were doing
the
coverage.
Porsha was broken down.
We were doing content.
They were doing content.
Okay, on this ginormous construction site that had been there for several years.
Hard to find a good builder. Even
Wendy Williams was like, we need to know what's going on with the chateau. Everybody wanted to know what was going on with the chateau.
So they did content.
So I decided to recruit Junkie Dineva.
It is still one of the funniest videos out there. I'm sure it's still up.
I'm a good producer. Yeah, it's still up.
So anyway, we won.
We won.
But
wait, let's go back.
Went to jail.
Michael was going to go to jail for me. It's crazy how everybody gets involved, and I'm always the one, A, to pay for legal services.
That is true.
And B, to like take the brunt of the heat. So with the Chateau Shereé situation, Shereé just hated me for whatever reason. It could be because of my friendship with her ex-husband. It could be a number of things. However, whose side are you on here? I'm trying to put
honest
I'm trying to
and
find a book. You don't got no books in here. I'm trying to put okay. Hold on.
Lawyers don't use books anymore.
I'm just trying to get it over.
Find some books.
No, that's right. You got everything digital. So so the situation was
if y'all's lawyers have books in their office these days, that shit is for decoration.
That's shade. Because there's some lawyers on YouTube. That's all they do. They sit in front of books and they just have books.
Books are so decorative.
I'm gonna let him speak and just chill out. I just want to give, because I know Michael is logical and I'm emotional, so I got to give you the emotional aspect of this. So Tamara Tattles, me,
God rest her soul,
Junkie Dineva. Okay, Tamara Tattles. I didn't know Tamara Tattles. She was this white woman with red hair. She decided that she was going to cover Chateau Shereé. She was a fairly new blogger at the time. She had even talked to me on the phone, was asking me, tips on how to monetize her content, blah, blah, blah. So I guess she decided to also go over to the Chateau after our videos had been going viral and my content had been going viral. And she goes into the lady's house, right? Mm-hmm. So when she goes into,
I think the workers let her in, if I remember.
Yeah, correctly. The workers let her in.
There were some, I think there were some people that were working on the property, and they told her that she could come in, and she walked up the staircase and
she interviewed them, and she took some pictures and all kind of stuff. So she put all of that on her blog. So of course, Shereé got wind of that, decided to do Tamara Tattles, and that's when the whole shitstorm happened and put my name in there, Junkie's name in there, blah blah blah. One of us didn't have no money. So, we went to court a couple of times. I think he, got one of his followers to help him, who happened to be an attorney.
He had an attorney who was a follower, who was a friend of mine, and she's a great lawyer and super competent. Mm-hmm. Michelle pays, and she pays well.
I pay my attorney's fees.
She does pay her attorney's fees and all of her bills.
So we went to court numerous times over the Sheree Whitfield thing. So, when I saw, I told y'all I watch all the YouTubers. Okay, I watched that interview and I saw when he talked about it, he brought up my name, blah 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 blah. And when he said that all of his lawsuits had been dismissed, it kind of like I was just kind of shocked. Like, he shouted out his attorney, and I'm like, wait a minute, somebody need to be shouting out Michael Miller. Because Michael Miller was the one who got the end result that we wanted.
So there were two cases.
Okay.
One case was the criminal trespass case, which involved you stepping onto the corner of the property, which was, in fact, there was a right of way that the city had for sidewalks, or else you would have been standing in the street. The other case was a restraining order case, or a protective order case that she filed, sort of concomitant with this one, that I would question whether or not you would really be able to do that, but she did it. And so we resolved the one case and then had to go to the other case. And at the time, the other blogger didn't have, and that particular case was only with Tamara Tattles was not involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
But he did not have representation for that case. And I want to say his attorney was having a baby at the time. Mm-hmm. And so I stepped in and represented both of them and got that resolved.
Mm-hmm.
And that matter was dismissed.
And it was not for free.
It was not for free.
Okay, so so you got that matter dismissed. Was that the same time that Shereé tried to lock me up?
That was the time that she tried to lock you up, if I remember correctly.
Shereé tried to lock me up in court. I can't even remember why.
Well, so what it is I think that was if I recall correctly, she was trying to get you under the aggravated stalking statute.
Uh-huh.
And I think the way a restraining order works is if you go out and file one,
you can't be in the vicinity of
so usually it's like you have to stay 100 yards away, but it also includes provisions that you can't contact people, and you also can't have other people contact people on your behalf, but it works both ways.
No, wasn't it because, and correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it because we were both in court at the same time?
It was because you all were both.
And that was the reason why you got dismissed, because it's like, how can we fight this situation? And you're trying to get a restraining order over here.
Yeah, you can't file a lawsuit and then say that the other person can't be in court with you, alleging that you have a restraining order against them.
Yeah, and that's when the judge was like, wait a minute. It didn't like the marshals was like standing behind me, like get ready to lock me up for being in court with Shereé. Take it off a jury. Like, what the hell is going on? So so Michael, got that cleared. If I was there without an attorney, I probably would have got locked up.
Mm-hmm. There were people yelling, "Lock her up! Lock her up!" It's a Hillary Clinton situation.
Yes, I remember. So of course that was dismissed. Okay. Then not too long after that was the Chris Stokes situation.
The first Chris Stokes case.
The first Chris Stokes case. Well, there was one. Well, I don't know. It was
there was a Chris Stokes case in California that we were able to get dismissed on a number of issues. There was a venue issue. Because Chris sued you in California, you're not a resident in California, and they wouldn't just because your blog is seen in other states doesn't necessarily give them jurisdictional rights over you.
Right, and he had got a default judgment for like $3 million or something crazy in California,
and we were able to get the case reopened and get the verdict overturned and get that case dismissed. He subsequent to that came to California, filed a similar case pro se, got a default judgment but it was another situation where Michelle was not ever served with it. We got the renewal case dismissed with prejudice, meaning that you could not bring it back. He then hired some attorneys to try to reinstate the case, and I think I sent them a pretty nasty letter on vexatious litigation, and then they backed off.
What's that word mean?
Basically harassment.
Okay. So yes, Stokes was technically harassing me for felt like years.
It was years.
Okay.
And it weirdly kept coming
back. And so he also, like, I feel like the first suit was, remember he was trying to sue Shady ATLien and Funky Dineva. And Junkie Dineva went behind everybody's back, well, my back at the time, because we was friends, and made a deal with Stokes to like not talk about him. And he took him off of the lawsuit, but he continued coming after me because, again, y'all know I stand behind everything I say. Like, I may give you a little blurb at the bottom or whatever, but if I didn't lie on you, I'm not removing content, because what's the point of having a blog if I have to constantly remove content? That was just always my thing.
I don't know anything about whether or not he was served in that first lawsuit or what kind of deal was done. But
I talked to him, so
okay.
Yeah, but
I will say this about Michelle is she's one of the few people I know that really is a fact checker. And if she puts it out there, she does stand behind it and will stand behind it. You know, I think that's one thing that everybody needs to know is if y'all are going to put something out there, unlike a former president who continues to just fucking tell lies all the damn time, if y'all are going to put something out there, there's got to be truth behind it. If there's truth behind it, you have an absolute defense. If y'all just putting shit out there to be a shit stirrer, it don't work like that.
And I put a little razzle dazzle sometimes with the story, but I'm not gonna lie about people.
Well, the First Amendment doesn't protect you
from the razzle dazzle,
from lying.
Okay.
The First Amendment affords you freedom of speech, and you are free to tell the truth. If you tell a lie that is a joke or made jokingly, as long as people don't believe it as being the truth, then you're good. There are anti-slap laws out there that protect people like Michelle. She is providing content and news, and it is just not mainstream news. It's not, she's not reporting on the same things that the New York Times or the Washington Post or the Wall Street Journal are reporting on, but she's reporting on things that are interesting, that are relevant, and that are, you know, sort of a social commentary on what's going on in society today.
So we got Chris Stokes out the way. Okay. The crazy thing about that Chris Stokes situation is that for years, he was allegedly paying blogs to post that he had won the lawsuit. And so they had these like stories. Chris Stokes won $3 million from a blogger to kind of prevent other bloggers from talking about that whole Raz B, you know, situation stuff. And, you know, I even bumped into Raz B. And and so Raz B had told me, you know, some things, and you know, and Quentin Tarver, R.I.P. You know, he passed away.
No.
Yeah, a couple of years ago in a car accident. Yeah.
Why didn't you give me that case? If y'all have a car accident, give me a call.
He passed away.
But that means it's a better case.
I think it was a one-car accident.
I'm going to hell.
I know you are. But Quentin Tarver was also an alleged victim of Chris Stokes. And so he, during that time, was in my DMs and was telling me stuff.
He's the one that...
That what? What he reading, y'all?
What am I reading?
You was about to say he's the one that what?
No, a client's asking me, can we sponsor a Birkin bag for a photo shoot? I'm willing to rent it for an hour.
You got money. Hold on, this Raz B right here.
From the A.com.
Okay, ready.
Yo, what's up? This is Raz B, and we. You know what's so crazy? I want to bring you in on the drop. So it's... Alright, what up? It's Raz B from B2K. Straight from the A.com. Shout out to my girl for feeding me the lines.
So yeah, me and Raz B had a conversation about it, and he was just like, I appreciate you, standing 10 toes down, blah 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 blah. Because there were several bloggers at the time. I think Love B Scott was one of them. Chris Stokes was literally harassing bloggers to remove content, and it's like Raz B was saying it, but you're not suing the person who actually said it. You know.
So, were there ever criminal charges brought against him? Wasn't there some kind of criminal case or something, but it ended up going away? Or
I can't remember. It was so much. They were cousins. Chris Stokes allegedly has a lot of money because he still does productions on Tubi and stuff. So he's still wrapped up in that Hollywood stuff.
So
and
he's still
so,
making money?
yeah, and remember his uncle or somebody was the judge in that case that got the default judgment. Like he had a relationship or something with that judge, allegedly. That's what I had read.
I do not recall.
Yeah, and so in Orange County or something, he had a uncle or something that was a judge in Orange County. He with the Raz B situation, I read that he shipped Raz B off to China, for like years. And he when I saw him at that concert, that was like in 2021 or so. He had actually just gotten back because he had been in China for years. So he had been doing things behind the scenes to kind of quell the rumors or whatever. Quentin Tarver did interviews about what happened to him.
I was going to say there were interviews a few years back.
And then he, mysteriously passed. I don't know.
Raz B do an interview?
Raz B did several interviews, and he was on that Scream tour, and he was saying that Chris Stokes was behind the scenes on that Scream tour with the other members of B2K, and Raz B was like, I don't feel safe. And yeah, it was a lot
what
going
I
on.
don't understand is, how did you get sued? And if
because I'm a girl.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No, I guess what I don't understand is, if you're saying all of this is a lie, why aren't you suing the people that are making the allegations against you?
And that was my entire point. And that was my point
or
behind
attempting to bring a criminal charge against them.
Right. And that was my point behind refusing to remove the content, because my content was pretty much my opinion on what Raz B was saying.
Right.
I didn't put it out there. I didn't make up no stories. It was my opinion on what Raz B was saying. All the videos that Raz B did was all over World Star Hip Hop, all on TMZ, all of that. And remember, he had a whole list of posts he wanted me to take down that included Tyler Perry.
But a lot of the things were posts where he would say something to you or against you, and then you would clap back. And he wanted all that taken down. Well, sir, you're the one that opened the floodgates to all that.
Right. So, that Chris Stokes situation was interesting. Okay. We talked about Chris Stokes. We talked about Claudia Jordan and Kenya Moore. Okay. There has been online rumors that this particular person, who I call colorist Claudia Jordan because she's made colorist comments in the past, and Kenya Moore, who was a Real Housewives of Atlanta, but she currently did something that got her fired. There have been rumors that they were going to file lawsuits against me. And so I think this blog put it out there, and then Claudia went up under there and was saying certain things like, I'm going to do it too, or whatever. I haven't heard that Kenya was going to do it. I don't know. But you got any lawsuits on my behalf?
I have not received any lawsuits on your behalf for your corporation, because I'm the registered agent.
Okay.
And if they are going to sue you individually, and we've been down this road several times in all of your cases, they have to hand it to you.
Oh, okay.
So if y'all are planning to file a lawsuit, you have to legally serve someone,
Ooh.
which means you have to hand it to that person or someone.
And everybody's like, well, what grounds do they have to sue? Okay. So this is my attorney. If you're just getting here, this is my attorney, Mr. Michael Miller. He's a real life attorney. We are in his real life attorney office, surrounded by attorney things.
I have my degree sitting on the floor.
Okay. On the floor. Oh, it is. Okay.
I
Anyway.
don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, degrees don't matter these days. It's
Well,
all
they
about
do.
the money
You have to actually have a degree
to be an
unless you're
attorney,
Kim Kardashian,
but not to be a vlogger. Okay. But so Claudia claims she's gonna sue me for calling her a colorist. I guess. I don't know. She says I've had my foot on her neck for years. I have played
literally or figuratively.
Figuratively.
So if you had it on her neck, literally, that would actually probably be a criminal case.
Oh well, no, I
Don't
haven't.
do that.
I haven't put my foot literally on her neck, but I have pulled receipts over the years. Oh, Claudia actually back in 20 something sent me a cease and desist. It's been over like 8 years ago though, and she sent me a
I don't
cease and
recall.
desist and claimed that I had broken into her car. I didn't even bother you with it. I don't
Now
think.
you're a thief.
Yeah, I'm a thief. Her car got broken into. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up.
So wait a minute. I'm confused.
Wait a minute, I'm
So
starting
has she
here.
Been on the scene for that long?
Remember, she was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, which was the only reason why I was
Wait a minute,
writing.
I
about
thought she
her.
was a Real Housewife of Potomac.
No, she was on Atlanta. Remember when Nene read her and said your clit had left the building? Now let's
Hold on.
wait a minute.
What does she look like? I don't recall her.
Nobody does. She was only on for one season.
3 minutes.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to get.
So is she back on?
No, she's never been back. They don't want her. She doesn't even live in Atlanta. But I talk about her because, when she was on the show, she said a lot of colorist comments, right?
So she's a hairdresser that does color?
No, colorist meaning she's a biracial woman.
Okay.
Okay. She was raised with a Caucasian mother.
Mhm.
Okay. And when she started, oh, look, I got to add. When she started with the housewives and stuff, that was her entire storyline was I'm biracial, I'm biracial, I'm biracial.
Okay.
Pretty much. And she always tried to like say that her light skin was better than dark skin. Like she called Tiny a waste of light skin, I guess, because she didn't think Tiny was pretty enough. So it was a waste of light skin. She also referred to black men as monkeys and apes. Because she said something about her ex-boyfriend was tall, dark, and black. He'd make a great monkey, orangutan, or gorilla. These are her words.
I'm uncomfortable.
And I know you are, because I know you. But these are actually her words, and there are videos of her saying these things. And I pulled these receipts. And then there's another video of her on the red carpet somewhere. And it was dark, and it was like a black party. And she said, it's hard to see all these black people wearing all black. All I can see is teeth and eyes. So she said, you can only see the beige people like me. And so those are her words. So I kind of labeled her a colorist.
So that tells me she doesn't like herself a whole lot.
That tells me that too.
And I'm sorry for that. Because life is a struggle as it is. And if you have self-loathing, it makes it even more of a struggle.
Right. So
she feels like she does not fit in. But there is a space for all of us out there.
I agree. So why won't
Can I get an amen?
Amen. Why won't this ad go away?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is right there. Okay, so Claudia sent me this. Let me show the people. This was back when she was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. This was after I had exposed her colorist commentary.
That was back in 2001.
2015.
That
9 years ago. Okay. She sent this to me. Her car had been broken into, right? Rodney Ho of the AJC, who I am great friends with because, I'm friends with all the people in Atlanta. He wrote about her MacBook being stolen, blah, 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 blah.
That
Right.
looks like some entry level vehicle
Okay.
interior.
And then right after it was reported, that's me on Twitter.
Mhm.
Why did I get a cease and desist from Claudia Jordan about stolen photos? Child, bye. You have the wrong site. So here is the actual letter that I got. And most of the time when I get these cease and desist, it's from
Oh.
these people right here.
Who is this?
Bodie and Associates. Because I had got one from Marlo before too.
Oh, I'm unaware of that.
Look, Michael looking at
I'm looking at my file.
Michael looking at the case. Oh, this is juicy. I love it. So you don't see it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it probably wasn't that. Because when I would get, I remember I got one from Kim Zosiak. Did you see that one either? You probably didn't see that one either.
I had a little conflict with that.
Okay, I had got a one from Kim Zosiak. She was saying that she didn't say people ate chicken and beer. You remember all that stuff? And she was saying that I was calling her racist, but she wasn't racist. And then she put all those racist comments in the cease and desist. But anyway, that's
Yeah,
besides the point.
don't. She got her own problems.
Yeah.
Don't lump onto that.
Okay, so it was Kim Zosiak. I got one from Marlo Hampton back in the day from these same people. What? For talking about her mugshots. And I got this from Claudia Jordan. Needless to say, none of these people have ever filed any type of legal actions against me, but they sent these cease and desist to kind of like threaten and scare me or whatever. But most of the time, I do recall kind of running them by you. But anyway.
But you may have.
Yeah, and you didn't. Yeah, it wasn't no big deal. But like she was saying that she sent it to Straight from the A and GoDaddy, right? And she was saying that that I had naked pictures of her or something. I don't know, but I didn't have her stolen laptop. I didn't break into her car, and she never sued me. So I don't know why. It would be different if she was sending this letter to like all the blogs to like cover the bases. She only sent it to me.
How do you know she only sent it to you?
Because I talked to all the blogs.
Well, there you go.
But I mean, unless they lied, but most of the blogs that I talked to, like Sandra Rose, Bossip, Media Takeout, like they didn't get it either. So
maybe for some reason she thought you took.
Well, anyway, I wrote a public statement. I don't have your laptop or anything that was on it. You heard it straight from me. I don't have any unauthorized photos of you. I've never posted any unauthorized photos of you on Straight from the A. And whatever unauthorized photos you seek, I pray that you find them, but you won't find them here. Have a good day. So since that time, I felt the way.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell all of y'all, if y'all got shit on your phone you don't want people to see, delete it. Because there is a high likelihood that it will get out there.
What about on your laptop?
Same. I mean, nothing is protected these days.
Okay.
So like lock that shit down. I hope you have good security. Revenge porn is a thing.
Okay. Listen, I didn't break into nobody's car. I didn't pay for nobody to break into nobody's car. I didn't ask nobody to break into nobody's car. So I don't understand why anybody would think that I broke into somebody's car. But, ever since then, I've really felt some kind of way because I've only covered Claudia in her tenure as Housewives. But after I received that cease and desist, it's like, oh, it's on and popping. Do something wrong, I'm going to report about it. And it's not going to be a lie. So every time she did something stupid, she called Omarosa a field slave because she was mad because Omarosa was close to Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't
we're all mad about that.
Well, you can be mad, but you don't have to call her no slave.
No.
And you've already been accused of being colorist.
No.
She called Greg Leaks, Nene Leaks slave. She went publicly and told Nene she should be glad that anybody attended Greg's funeral because they don't like her. Like she would do like certain stuff. She put blackface. She darkened her skin from Halloween to try to like mimic Herschel Walker. So it's just little stuff that she's done over the. Like I talk about it.
That's probably uncomfortable.
You see what I mean?
Well, so this is my question to you.
Okay, go ahead.
So do you think that these people send stuff to you, like cease and desist letters, with the idea that you will blog about it, so it will get them publicity and it will sort of move their market share up. Because there's always that old adage that if you are in show business, that no publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah.
I've often wondered whether or not people just do this stuff to get a rise out of you so that you will talk about it, and then it puts them back in the public eye.
I don't know.
I mean, the same thing could be said for when Chris Stokes filed the lawsuits, or any of these people.
You could have a point, because nobody else is talking about colorist Claudia. Colorist Claudia, the Karen. Okay, so anyway, Claudia claims that she's going to sue me for calling her colorist, because that's really the only thing she can sue me for, because I haven't lied on her.
Well, I think that's a tough lawsuit for her, because I think, in my opinion, that is your opinion. It is supported by the evidence, and the fact that there's a lot of things that she has said, and when you say things, assume that everything you say and everything you do is being recorded these days, whether on a cell phone or a video camera or a audio recording or something. So any interaction you have, and Georgia is a one-party state, which means you don't have to tell anybody you're recording them. Other states are a two-party state and you have to disclose it, but for the most part, if you're talking to somebody, you can be recording all of it. So,
well, she just leaked Zoom calls from her corporate job recently, but that's
what is her job?
Well, she was working for Foxo, which was the black subsidiary of Fox Network, because they had got sued for discrimination, so they created a little segment of Fox and put Soul on the end so that they can get some black dollars. And so her colorist went over there to say, she a black woman, she all about black power, and I'm gonna support the blacks. So she goes over there.
Like, why can't we just have Fox that has black content?
They need
all the other content.
They got Fox News, they got Fox Network, they got Fox Soul.
Fox News, I do not watch that.
So Fox Soul, actually, they got on YouTube. They recruited Junkie Dineva, Al Reynolds, who used to be married to Star Jones, and it's been a thing on YouTube, and I don't want to rehash it with you today, but it's been a thing on YouTube recently, because they imploded. And they imploded because it was Nene's idea originally, because Nene Leakes did the read session in her lounge with these gay guys and her as the moderator. And so Funky Dineva went live and basically, not live, but did a video dragging Nene, saying how she was using gay men as props.
Yeah,
and then
don't
he
use
goes,
gay people as props.
but then he goes and becomes colorist Claudia's prop over there on Fox Soul. Power to the people.
You remember when you invited me to a party of a friend of yours who everybody was supposed to bring a gay friend, and I'm like, I'm not gay filler, I'm not gay content. That is a very small part of
it was good though. That was a good party.
I ain't fucking with all
Kim
this.
Zolciak threw glasses. Kenya accused her of pimping out her daughter and having her saying she wanted the SUCK. Anyway, I'm going off.
If it's not Teresa,
that was Nene Leakes gays and girls party, girls and gays party. Remember that? That's what it was.
It was.
And Josh went with me.
There you go.
Derek was there. Everybody was there.
I love me some Derek. I love me some Josh. They are great guys. Power to the gays.
You should have been there. We would have been there eating.
I ain't got nothing in common.
We like to eat. You like it?
It's very obvious.
You don't have nothing in common with the gays. Okay. None of my friends are gay.
They try to take your man.
None of my friends are gay.
All of your friends are gay.
I don't do these gays. I don't understand why all these gays. What is this with this gay stuff?
I don't know.
Ooh. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, colorist Claudia she's colorist over here. Junkie Dineva will be junkie over here. If they want to file lawsuits against me for calling them junkies and colorists, but people can sue you for anything, right?
I mean, so yes, you can be sued for anything. There is nothing that a lawyer can do to prevent someone from suing you. You can have all the protections in the world. What we can do is prevent somebody from winning. But if somebody wants to sue you, they're going to sue you. There ain't nothing I can do about it. Just that's the way of the world, and we are in a very litigious society now.
Okay, well, anyway, so there's that about Claudia. I guess, because I call her colorist and other people call her colorist, I guess it's my fault that other people are calling her colorist Claudia. Moving on. Kenya Moore. Now, Kenya Moore is a little bit tricky. I felt bad for exposing that Kenya Moore's salon was merely a content creation space. There are no beauticians in there doing hair. There is no clients in there getting their weave pressed and getting their hair done ever. And there even been people like on Reddit and other places that say, "Hey, I live in the apartments over Kenya Moore's hair spa, and no one's ever there." So when I was doing live streams about it, people called me and give me tea. Shout out to Liz, one of my Patreon members. Liz came on one day and was like, "Go to this website. This is Kenya's booking site, blah, blah, blah." So I went to the booking site. They had like services and fees and blah, blah, blah. I did this all on live. I booked an appointment for the next day. It was an opening. I booked it with Summer Moore, who I don't know if that was Kenya or Kenya's cousin, but they said Kenya's middle name is Summer. So I guess Kenya doing hair without a license, but that's besides the point. So I booked it with Summer Moore for the next day. I went to the salon and the salon was locked. The hours posted was from 10 to 6 or 8 to 5, whatever it was. I went between those hours. I already knew they was going to be closed. I already knew it. The lock was on the padlock was on the door. I walked up to the door and showed the inside. It's beautiful. They got little chairs and stuff, but nobody was there during business hours.
Was this during the coronavirus?
No, this was like in March of this year, April, May, one of them. And so, I guess she got mad about it. Anyway, when they started filming for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kenya scheduled a grand opening, which she had a grand opening a couple of years ago. So she scheduled another grand opening. Okay. I was invited to the grand opening as media. I was disinvited as media. We done went through this whole story before. Y'all probably have seen it.
Invited you? Who disinvited you?
I was invited by the publicists that they hired.
Who's
for
publicist?
the event. I don't want to say the name.
Okay.
I can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I had showed it on here and everything. So, and at first I wasn't going to go, but I went ahead and RSVP for, Straight from A. And I even said I wasn't going to go. I was just like RSVP and just be messy because I knew they don't like me. So the day of the thing, the publicist calls me and tells me, "Sis, don't go." Blah, 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 blah. They're going to try to, make an example out of you. I was like, "What? They going to put me out?" I said, "I got an invite. They going to put me out." He was like, "They might. The cameras are rolling. It's no telling what they'll do."
So they're creating content.
Probably. So I said, "Well, I'm not going, but whatever." Josh came over. Josh was, my wingman. He was like, Let's go see what they doing over there." Josh is messy. You messy too sometimes. So we went just to be looky-loos, just to see what was going on. I walked through there. I saw Cynthia Bailey. I said, "Hey, Cynthia, girl." And Cynthia said, "You going inside?" I was like, "Yeah, girl." No, I said, "No, I've been banned." And so I saw other people. They was like, "You going inside?" I even saw that girl who filed a restraining order on me, Janelle. She was like, "Hey, ATLien." I was like, "Hey, girl." And she's like, "You going inside?" I was like, "No, girl, I've been banned." She's like, "Girl, you're not banned." So yeah, I've seen all these people. So I did not go in. I sat in my car. There are pictures of me in my car. Let me show you this real quick. Y'all already seen this. I'm just showing my lawyer. Hold on, because he don't know all the mess.
Josh is King Messy.
He don't know all the mess that I be in. It's in my favorites. Let me go up here. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? Wait. It was down here at the bottom. Maybe it wasn't. Dang, I done lost it. Hold on.
There's a lot of videos of you sitting in your car.
Ignore. I wasn't sitting in the car. Hold on. This other stuff.
I mean, they can't prevent you from going on the property, but because it's,
yeah, but I would even with that, I was just gonna show you the video of.
She doesn't know you don't have friends that live in those apartments.
Bumper. I was gonna show you the video of when they were filming, and they were filming right in front of my car, and so it was really interesting because it's like, oh, my car gonna be in the background of the footage, and they're gonna be like, oh, Michelle Brown's car. So anyway, I can't find it. Did I delete it? I think I deleted it. I don't know if I deleted it or not. I probably deleted it. Oh wait, here it is, right here. I was in the car. Look.
Oh,
That's Britt.
who that?
I don't know who that is, but that's Britt. And they said that Britt wasn't there. That's the video, and I was in the car. Okay, you see the camera right there. Okay, so I was in the car. So anyway, long story short, it came out, like, people came out and was telling me stuff about what had happened on the inside.
Mhm.
Okay, somebody said, and then as I was sitting, because we left, came back, and as I was sitting there, I saw, like, when we came back, people was like leaving, like they was mad. Porsha, Shamia, all of them, they went on the side to get Mike. They was mad, talking about they wasted the outfit, all this. I was overhearing all this stuff. So I'm like, damn, I wonder what happened. Production putting all their stuff up like in a rush.
Did they get thrown out?
No, what happened was Kenya allegedly, because I wasn't in there, this is what was told, revealed explicit images of the new cast member, like put them on poster boards, called her an insurance fraud hoe, and said that she be sucking, whatever.
Eggplants?
Yeah. So the girl, I guess accused her of revenge, PORN, or whatever. She went to the executives at Bravo and was like, they better not air that and yada, yada, yada. Kenya ended up getting in trouble, getting indefinitely suspended. I was like the first person to find out she was indefinitely suspended because, I got.
So she feels like
I
you
guess-
caused this?
I don't know.
Did you create the posters, sneak in?
I didn't create no posters. I didn't sneak in. I didn't see the posters. I only reported what was told to me. And I was live when the people was coming to my car saying it.
I mean, that there's your absolute defense right there. And Wolverine, yes, I am taking new clients. Give me a call.
Okay. They said you just as entertained. Yeah, because we don't get a chance to catch up like this. And I was like, let's catch up on camera,
Because we
child.
both work all the time.
Yes, always.
All the time.
So yeah, I didn't, you said that was a good live. It was live on the scene, breaking news. Like we was literally live on the scene in my car. But anyway, after that live, that's when things started to fall apart for Kenya. And like, I guess they was blaming me for it, but there's that. So does Kenya have a lawsuit against me?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, can she sue me for like her losing her job?
I mean, she theoretically, I guess, could sue you for that, but I think the facts would be a great defense because you don't control her job.
All right.
Did you ever go to her employer to talk about her?
I never been to Bravo. I tried to go to the salon. The door was locked the one time I went. So there's that. Okay. You said, child, they ain't gonna sue you. They didn't say that. I just wanted to put the stuff to bed because, people on here keeps regurgitating that Michelle is getting sued. Michelle is getting sued. Okay. You said, look like my attorney is tired of her crap. Even the attorney looked like he tired of my crap. Okay. Well, he makes a lot of money off me. Well, not lately because I've been good lately, but anyway.
We haven't had a case for a minute.
We got like 10 more minutes. You got 10 more minutes?
I got, yeah.
You sure? Because we hungry.
Well, apparently one of the subscribers says that it must be a slow day for me.
I am the day. What did you say? What?
This is the first time we've seen each other in a year.
I know. This is not a slow day. This is the best part of his day.
It is the best part of my day.
Yes, it's a content creation space. Kenya is an Aquarius. They pride themselves on ignoring those they deem as detractors, so she likely won't sue. Okay. Well, I'm just waiting. Michelle, I would just leave these crazy want money people alone. Well, this is my job. I do this for y'all. You said these are billable. Don't be billable. You gonna bill me?
No, I mean only on my OnlyFans page.
I'm not getting naked for
If
you.
y'all want to see Michelle and my feet,
I am not getting naked for you.
log on to atlfeet.com.
atlfeet.com. Oh, should I get into some personal stuff? I have a story time, and I'm gonna let Michael add to it. You said Claudia has no case. Okay, okay. What is my attorney's name? Mr. Michael Miller. Let me pin it right here. Michael N. Miller. Miller Esquire. Is that right?
That is right.
That's him right here. Hold on, pin it. Hold on, there he go, right there. Lately in my personal life.
Are you dating?
It's personal. Okay, so I bought a house a few years ago, and I really wanted to make my house a content creation space. Like, I really wanted to create like micro areas to film. Like, okay, if I'm gonna blog, I'm gonna do it here. If I'm gonna do like news blogs, I'm gonna do it in the office. If I'm gonna do like fashion blogs, I'm gonna do it over here. Like, I wanted to create like pretty backgrounds, you know what I'm saying? So I hired an interior decorator. In doing so, I interviewed 4 people. I interviewed this cute gay couple that had did my friend's stuff. They charged me $500 consultation fee, and I paid it. And then they gave me, their ideas and stuff, and I didn't really like it. So that was just $500, whatever. But it's fine. They was nice. It just wasn't my vision. I interviewed this lady. I think she was with like Sisters and Co. I ain't gonna tell you their names. I'm just telling you. And her thing was you had to buy all the furniture from them, which I thought was kind of weird.
A lot of decorators want to do that, because they get a discount, and then they upcharge it so they'll get a 20% discount as a decorator, but then they charge you full price, so they get to put the 20% back in their pocket.
Okay, so it was like whatever they did, it was like their distributor or something.
It was their whatever brand of furniture.
Yeah.
Most of them do, because they've got a back end with these folks, and they get perks.
So I was looking at some of her stuff, and I was like, I don't know. So I that was the second person. The third person, Christina. I ain't gonna tell you how that. Well, it don't matter. I liked her, but the quote she gave me seemed kind of outrageous. But I did like her work. I really, honestly and truly, I should have went with her. I really should have. That was CeeLo's ex-wife, and she has her own.
Love CeeLo.
Yeah, she has her own design stuff now, and she has a partner. And so I love her aesthetic. Like, she do little funky stuff and stuff on the walls. I really did like her, but I thought she was out of my price range. I thought. Until then the last one, Quad Web had premiered her house. She had just got it decorated. I saw it. I saw some of the light fixtures she had, and I liked the light fixtures. That was my gimme gotcha. I'm like, that's the light fixture I've been wanting for my foyer.
In life, you get what you pay for.
I know,
and
right?
I have been paid a lot over the years when people don't get what they pay for.
Oh God. So anyway, the person who claimed to have decorated Quad's mansion claims, and I say that loosely, I met with that person, And we had an enjoyable little meeting. Okay. And his fee was not low. His fee was not low. But I thought
You had a healthy budget.
I did. I had a healthy budget, Lord. I don't want these people thinking I got all this money and that I could just give away. But it was a lot of money. Okay. His fee was not low. In fact, his fee was a little higher than Christina. Let me be truthful. But I had interviewed Christina probably like 8 months before I had interviewed him. So I had made a little bit more money. You know, I had a little bit more to spend. So you know, I decided to go with him. Why did I do that? Everything that he put in my house was like Wayfair this, rooms to go that, home goods this. And that wouldn't be a problem if he had a home goods rooms to go like budget. Like he had a budget that he could like.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because why are you hiring a fucking decorator?
And I could go to home
idea
goods.
is you could hire a decorator so you can get shit that your neighbors don't have.
Exactly.
Not stuff off the sale rack of homes. Good.
That's what I was thinking. So I got this sofa. And I had took a picture of the sofa, right? Because I was like, I don't really like that sofa. And I'm good for putting stuff in Google. If y'all don't do it, y'all need to put it in. Y'all need to put stuff in Google, and it will tell you where stuff come from. Okay, it will tell you the designer. It will tell you all of that. Google images. You know that, don't you? Google got the AI now. I'm just saying, Google got the AI. They'll tell you.
No, I still have to.
So if I was to take a picture,
I still have to plug my fax machine into my damn wall.
Well, I believe you. You old. So I had put it in Google, and it came up rooms to go on the discount, like rooms to go clearance. And so he had charged me like $3,000 some for this sofa, which at the time I thought was cheap. But the sofa was really $750. The crazy thing is, he didn't give me no receipt for the sofa. He charged the amount of the sofa to his business, and then went and bought a room to go damn sofa.
That's unacceptable.
And that wasn't our agreement. If that had been our agreement, that would have been, I would have been okay with it. But I paid him his fee, which was a lot.
Y'all got to read these contracts.
In the contract, I followed the contract.
Right.
I paid him his fee, which was a lot, which was his design fee. Okay. And the agreement was to shop on my behalf. My dumb ass gave him my credit card. He was charging. And originally he was charging to stores. Because even with that, I was like, what you get from Wayfair? What you get from this? What you get? And he was like, oh, don't worry. Wayfair has the same manufacturers as. So I'm trusting him and his expertise. But then he started charging his business. And I'm like, why you charge these thousands to your business? And he was like, oh, that's your couch. And I was like, well, I need to see your invoice. You'll get an invoice. Do you know he just created an invoice on his letterhead couch sofa? Like, I'm like, what the hell is this? And I kept asking him, yes, like Christmas. I kept asking him, what is this? What is this? Where are the receipts? Where are the At the time he was charging all this stuff, I wasn't even getting the furniture to my house. I was like, where is the furniture? Oh, by the time I order it, I got to go into my drop ship place. It should be, we have a date by September 1st, whatever. And I'm like, well, I wanted to see the furniture so that I know if I like it. And so, yeah, it was just a big mess. So I had been going through that. Ended up, at the end of it, he didn't do what he was supposed to do. He didn't finish the job. The furniture is subpar. Half the furniture is not even, you know how you had to put together that damn Wayfair furniture? Half the furniture not even put together. I got counter stools instead of bar stools. I got cheap ass plywood dining table. It's just horrible. And while aesthetically it might look good, if you walk in there like, oh, this is pretty, but it ain't.
Well, it's
$65,000 worth of pretty.
It's like AI. Sometimes stuff looks good in a photograph, and then when you, as they say, good from far, but far from good.
But I had a contract. That's what I'm saying. I thought he was a license. Come to find out, I done found out a lot about him since then. He ain't got no license. He's child. Anyway, I done talked to Quad since then. I done talked to my attorney since then. My attorney went through, like at the end, I asked for a binders. He had a binder full of what he said were the receipts. A lot of the receipts he made up. A lot of the receipts was like that. Like some of the receipts, I don't even have the stuff. It's not even on my credit card. Like it's just stuff. He just threw it in there just to say, here go your book of receipts. So I give the book of receipts to Mr. Miller here.
Well, you know that happened to another client that you sent me years ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who? What? Oh,
Remember?
I remember that. And it was the same type of thing?
It was the same type of getting overcharged for merchandise and not actually getting a receipt for it, and then having a receipt made up.
Oh, wow. Wow, I remember that. So yes, you do have to do your background check. And I thought I was safe because, you know, some of my friends knew him and it was just a mess. So,
but do you ever really know that?
Yeah, right. Do you
Even
ever
in
really?
the digital age, do you ever really?
Like I said, I've even talked to Quad since then. Quad was like, oh, no, he would never do that. I'm like, girl, he did it. So I had Mr. Miller review the what he presented to me as, you know, stuff that he bought. And, you know, Mr. Miller came over my house and saw what he did and the stuff with the home goods stickers on there. And he like literally cross-referenced everything, and then he created a letter and pretty much said it's some things in here that she didn't even buy, or it's some things on your list that aren't in her house. I also have video of him
Repossessing,
carting things out of my house. Repossessing. Like,
her shit repossessed.
if you bring something into my house, how you gonna bring it back out? Like, that should be burglary or something.
I think it was for a photo op.
I think so too. I think he set up everything in my house, took photos of it, and then took everything back out. I think that's what he
probably did. For advertising purposes. If I had to hazard a guess, can't be sure, but you know.
So
because Michelle does have a beautiful house.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, and now he on a gay reality show. It's all kind of stuff going on in Atlanta. Just
Not
be
the gays again.
Yeah, he on a gay reality show.
Oof.
Well, he was on a gay reality show. I don't know if it's still on or not, but you know, I keep my ear to the street. But yeah, he's a scammer, and you know, I decided to go another route. I submitted all my documents to the authorities, and you know, there's that. And that's about all I'm gonna give y'all because I know y'all been asking me for it. But you know, I figured, what do you think about this? Just say what you want to say,
about. So I mean, I'll reiterate what I said earlier. Hold on for a second.
Okay. Yes, the Renaissance.
So I will say this. The trouble with civil lawsuits is you can get a judgment against someone, and a judgment in a civil case is monetary. A outcome in a criminal case can be both monetary, like a fine, or or you go to jail. So your freedom and liberties are infringed upon. When you get a judgment in a civil lawsuit, and I talk to clients about this all the time, it's a piece of paper that says this other person owes you an amount of money. Well, the court's not going to collect that. Then you have to go through steps to collect it. And you really need to make sure that you're not throwing good money after bad, and find out if the person is actually has enough liquidity or has enough other assets, like owns a home or something like that, in order to get paid, because you've just spent a whole lot of money on a lawyer. Lawyers aren't cheap. You get the outcome that you want in the case, but you're still not happy because you can't get your damn money. And so I always tell folks, if you can afford to take the hit, and there is a potential criminal statute that matches the person's behavior, and you go file a police report, and the police are willing to submit it to this solicitor or district attorney, that may be a better way of getting the outcome that you want, because a lot of times it used to be if you had a judgment, people would pay it. Now people don't give a fuck. And most of them don't have enough money. You know, if they're stealing money from you or scamming you for something, they've spent that money before they got it.
Right. And that's what I said. The money gone, child. I don't want to, I got a lot of other stuff on my plate. I'm going back and forth, checking on my mama, whatever. I got to work. I got to focus on doing my content, coming on here happy and healthy. You know what I mean? It's so much other things I could be doing besides like running behind somebody and, keeping that whole negative energy going. I already got to get up every day and see that's ugly ass furniture, because I got all this furniture. I'm so mad, and now I got to figure out what to do with it.
Michelle's having a garage sale. Y'all come over and get y'all's furniture.
I gotta sell it on
She gonna
Facebook
hire a
Marketplace.
decorator to redo the place.
So yeah, it's a lot. And again, it's a lot of things that wasn't finished. It was a lot of things that he did.
Giving away a purple
awful.
couch at the end of the show.
Not a purple couch. But yeah, it was interesting. So I just decided to go another route. Okay. And and that's just, that's for him to decide, what he wants to do. Like my attorney that reached out to you several times to see if there could be any type of common ground made. And apparently he doesn't want to respond. And so I turned it over to the authorities. Now,
Turned it over to God.
Turned it over to God. Let God, honey. He said sofa hurt my back and stuff. Okay, just sofa be hurt. Can't lay there and watch TV. Be laying on crooked back, be hurt. Anywho, and the only reason I haven't sold it on the marketplace because I don't be want people to come to my house. I don't know. I'm weird like that. So, anything? Oh, do we have time to address the Simon and Porsha prenup stuff? Yeah. Okay. Simon and Porsha, I just want to like dip into this because I always tell y'all, I be reading all the court documents and I be trying to figure out stuff. And then I got Mr. Michael right here, Mr. Michael Miller right here, who is the legal eagle. And I just want to ask you, what do you think about anybody challenging a prenup? Is there a chance that it could be overturned, or does Porsha get to run off with the bag?
Absolutely, there's always a chance that a prenup can be overturned. The courts are really funny about prenups. They will uphold them if they're well written. But one of the main requirements is that there has to be full disclosure of assets of both parties prior to entering a prenup. So you got to kind of know what you're getting into. The issue that they have and the way the law is written is that prenuptial agreements are to be written in anticipation of marriage, not contemplation of divorce. What does that really mean? I don't know. I mean, you can do a prenup, you can do a postnup, but you have to be transparent about what assets you have and things like that. This particular situation seems a little bit strange to me. I have a friend who was a neighbor of Simon's, and she said he was absolutely a lovely person and actually hated to see him sell his house and leave the neighborhood and move on. But in most prenups have, they set aside assets that can't be touched by the other party. They a lot of times will come into agreements with regard to, payouts in the event the marriage doesn't work, and there will be timing depending on the number of years that you stay in a marriage. They can also discuss alimony and child support if the parties agree to those things. But if someone doesn't agree, it can always be brought in front of the court. And I think the tantamount question is, did you know what you were getting into? Did everybody disclose everything? And was an agreement made? And if you can figure out on either side whether someone was not truthful or transparent, then there's a high likelihood the court might overturn it. This seems like an interesting situation because the timing is interesting. The fact that and I think that we have seen this time and time again, especially with a lot of these reality shows where people will change their circumstance in order to get onto a show. Not saying that that was done here, but it also, you know, they have a hook or a catch or a tagline or something that allows them or affords them an opportunity to get on the show. And then they sort of want to fish or cut bait or do something that is kind of salacious in order to create other content when they're in the show, like file for a divorce or have something messy happen. And if it's a situation where you contemplated this in order to get a contract and that was not disclosed within the prenuptial agreement, then there's a possibility that the prenuptial agreement could be void. And I will tell you, if you have a relatively short marriage, you're not going to get any alimony, and you're not going to get assets unless they are assets that accumulated during the term of the marriage. So if you're married for a year, you
453 days. That's a little over.
You're likely not going to get alimony. Georgia likes you to be married for, God, I forget. I think it's 9 or 10 years or more, as a rule. And I haven't done a lot of divorces for years because I don't do them. They are messy. Split your shit. Keep it moving. Go out, go on, be happy. And especially if you're the person who is the high earner, you can go out and make a lot more money and not have to pay the lawyers. And
look, Porsha slipped up in her last motion for whatever. Randy Kessler is her attorney, and he's claiming that Porsha needs her attorney's fees paid because Simon keep filing these motions and she's being drained. And he said something about with Simon's wealth of 300 million, some. So they slipped up and like revealed that Simon is worth $300 million, unless Randy Kessler lied. It was in Porsha's documents.
So that's concerning because so the courts, when you are e-filing something, they allow you to redact and tell you that you need to redact personal information from the public documents, because anything you file in the court is within public domain unless it's a situation of it's personal information, like social security numbers, dates of birth, financial information and stuff like that, at which point that would be protected and privileged and you wouldn't be able to see it. That would concern me if that was out there.
Because it puts him in jeopardy somewhat, doesn't it? Like,
I mean, I don't know if it puts him in jeopardy, but it puts his business out there. I do kind of wonder, I thought there was some question about his wealth and her wealth.
Well, from my sources, I've been told that Porsha or her team or someone was trying to make it appear that Simon had immigration issues, that Simon was a scammer and had money issues. Porsha herself was even in the comments up under Instagram posts saying Simon had to sell 2 cars just to get that Rolls Royce Spectre or whatever. And Simon was like, okay, and I didn't need the Ferrari anymore or whatever. So as far as I know, according to the court documents, he doesn't have those type of immigration issues. Like, he's been free to come and go.
If he was having immigration issues, especially in this day and age, if he's leaving the country, he's not getting back in, or he's being detained before he leaves. So
and he's been taking pictures with TSA, just trying to show social media. Like, he's using his social media now, it feels like, to combat all of the stories that she's put out.
Well, I think that's smart, and I think that sort of speaks to where we are as a society, that you can combat that stuff. I'm sure he's not just driving over to the airport, taking pictures of himself with the TSA agents.
Right.
So that's kind of concerning. I would never tell a client to speak to things like divorce or what's going on in a case if there's a lawsuit that's pending. And I probably would tell them not to speak to it after the lawsuit. You know, to me, I always think that people think they're going to get the upper hand when they
By
put stuff
creating a
out there,
narrative.
by creating a narrative. And I think a lot of times what we find is that backfires on people. I have clients that ask me all the time, hey, can we go on the media for this? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You taint the jury pool. You taint the judges. You know, the more stuff that's out there, the less likelihood you will get a fair and neutral trial on something.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys, it's our lunchtime. I just wanted to come and, you know, share my experience with Mr. Miller, my boo. Okay. He knows where all the bodies are buried. I mean, those aren't literal bodies. Okay. I'm just saying. He knows who's
Don't come digging up mine and Michelle's backyards.
Oh, please don't. He knows all of my tea, all of my business, all of my personal business. He knows everything. It's some lawsuits we did not talk about, but we talked about several. Yeah, I just always like to come on and, like, you know, clear the record. Michael's been on my channel before in the past when, you know, other bloggers were trying to put out there that Chris Stokes, I owed all this money.
Time allows.
Yeah, as time allows, clearly. And that I owe, and that Sheree Whitfield has a you know, I had to pay Shereé. Like, they just always, what, you know, you want to click on something, click it, and then it'll be on the screen. Can we ask the lawyer who I can sue if my son was hit by a car and they kept driving and it happened at school? The school had no cameras.
So I just had somebody that called me about a case similar to that, and it was at a hotel, and the hotel had no cameras. There's a fucking camera everywhere. That's just so what is. Hey, Sheila. That is always amazing to me. So you potentially could file a suit against your insurance company if you have uninsured, underinsured automobile coverage. If it happened on the school premises, there's a possibility that there may be a liability policy that would cover it. I'm kind of shocked that they don't have any cameras, but you're welcome to call me. My office number is.
Oh, you want to put it here?
Yeah, we can.
You think they're gonna blow you up?
I don't know. Don't blow me up because
I don't know. It might be trolls and stuff on here. Let them look you up. Michael N. Miller on the internet.
Yeah,
no, you can. I mean, go ahead. I mean,
you can find me. You just.
It's 15. It's 1,500 people on here.
Oh God!
So I mean, you can give 1,500 people your phone number if you want to, or
I'm not giving my damn cell phone.
I can just put your website on here. Hold on.
There you go. Who's that?
That was I think I had talked about him. That was Kenya's ex.
Just look me up. It's mnmfirm.com.
There it is.
Oh, God. It's a 100 years old website.
Yeah, you don't even look like that no more.
No.
That is Michael's website right here. I don't want him to give, even though his phone number is on his website, of course. I just feel more comfortable. You know. Yeah. Don't call him unless you can pay. We're not doing no free work.
For bullshit.
We're not doing no free work. Okay. Yes, don't give your cell phone number out, Mr. Miller, not on my live, because, you know, people be on here. Okay. mnmfirm.com. Okay. Michael is for justice. He's for truth. Okay. Don't call him if you trying to scam nobody. Don't do none of that. We don't do none of that over here. This is factual stuff.
No, Michelle has always had good followers and good supporters, and I actually just resolved a couple cases for some of your.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot! I need a referral fee.
Contact information. We don't give referral fees.
I don't need a referral fee. He's my friend. I'm just talking. I just like money because you got diamonds and stuff.
Chips.
Yes, no pro bono services. Okay. I like all my friends to make money. So y'all call Michael Miller. Do you take any cases in Houston?
No, but I have attorney friends all over the country because I used to do drug product litigation. So I sued drug companies for bad drugs in a sort of previous life. And so that gave me a lot of contacts all over the place. So I'm happy to talk and help you find somebody if you need it.
So if you have a legal issue, bring them
and y'all
up.
can email me too.
M Firm. His email is also on the website.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for tuning in. I think this has been fun. I should do this more. Okay, again, M. There it is right there. MNMFirm.com. I will also pin it in the comment section at the end of this video. And yeah, I will see you guys later.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michael, for joining me.
Love your show.